Hey everybody, welcome to Proletariat Butchery and Meat Stuff. We are gonna be making sausages today. What you need is a meat grinder appliance, and a knife and a honing steel. These are always handy, bench knife for scraping the table. And this guy, a meat stuffer for our meat stuff channel for making meat stuff. And we also need meat and fat, which is in the walk-in, you'll see that shortly, salt and acid. Our acid is wine, drink it, put it in your sausage. James, you want some wine?
Yeah.
Boop, well. Okay, we're gonna assemble the meat grinder, get the meat and fat, grind it up. One of the things you want is a 75-25 roughly blend of lean meat to fat. And so we have pork shoulder, which is, we trimmed it relatively lean, and then some fat. And we'll get that, we'll grind it up, talk about seasoning, and we'll throw it in the stuffer, and we'll make some sausage links. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Here's our big neck right here. Put this in, little set screw to tighten it up, right there. Your worm right here, or your auger, whatever you want to call it. That guy goes in there. Knife, sharp edge, square there, square here. Ba-doop. There's a little notch right there. And then there's a little notch right there. You line that up. Put those there. Collar. I like to hold the plate on that notch. Twist this on. Whoop. Don't cross thread it like I'm doing. Do as I say, not as I do. Here we have some meat and fat. There she is. We're doing a 5-pound batch, so we have about a pound of fat and about 4 pounds of meat. So when you make sausage, we want real wine, real garlic, and real seasoning. No pre-made spice kits, no powdered shit. Crack your own black peppercorn, chop your own garlic, and don't cut corners. There you go. And that's a basic sausage. And we're gonna cube this up really quick, and then we're gonna send it through the grinder. Okay, so what you want is good, equal meat and fat distribution. So instead of having a long strip of meat like that, what we want to do is cut it into small bits. And that way, when we go to the meat grinder, we can intersperse meat, fat, and that will pre-mix everything. And that's just one step in many to get good, equal meat, fat distribution. And that whole concept of interspersing everything for making a good sausage will continue with seasoning. Whilst you look at fat and my belt buckle, as James would say, whilst, we're just gonna parcel out this fat real quick. Okay, we're gonna put all the meat underneath the meat grinder, and then we're gonna flick this guy on, and we'll be good to go. All right, so we're gonna put all the meat in the hopper, like so. And like I was talking about, this is metal on metal, so we want to load up this a little bit before we turn it on so it's lubricated and cold. Now we flick it on and just constantly feed meat, fat, meat, fat, meat, fat. That's what you want to do. And keep it constantly fed to keep the knife on the plate from getting hot. So, some of you are probably wondering what I told you to use this for. This is it. Well, many, many uses, but this is one of them. Just corralling all your meat like so, like that. Ba-doop. Now we're gonna smush it all out into a pizza pie, about 1 inch thick. And this, once again, is for good, equal seasoning and salt distribution, because you don't want clumps of seasoning in your sausage. Just like you don't want clumps of fat, everything. Equal, good distribution makes for a good sausage. Okay, we are gonna put these on the table in sequence of significance. So, salt, wine, i.e. an acidic component, black pepper, garlic. That is your base for a good sausage. Even you can scrap the garlic. Salt, black pepper, wine, you can make a really good sausage. But we're gonna make a rough Italian thing, freshly chopped garlic, basil, oregano, toasted fennel, chili flake, because we like a little bit of heat, and measuring spoons. This black pepper just got toasted, and so did this fennel. You want to toast your fennel so it's not tasting like licorice. It tastes more nutty and round and delicious. It also pulls oils out of the spice. Same with the black pepper. And notice we don't use pre-chopped garlic. We use whole garlic cloves. All right, don't forget to pour yourself a glass of wine. And don't forget to pour your cameraman some wine too, because you gotta get out of here, stop moving around. There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey. Now we're gonna get our vessel to build our spice kit in right over here. Mason jar, tempered glass, great vessel to build a spice kit in. We're gonna start with salt, and then we're gonna do toasted black pepper, toasted fennel in the pestle and mortar, then add our basil, oregano, chili flake, and then finally we'll mix some wine and some garlic and start to add it to the meat. One of the things you wanna remember is when we're using salt, it's a finely ground salt. We are working in volume and not density and weight. For advanced videos, you keep track of our YouTube channel, we'll do advanced videos with metric scales and all this crap and digital scales. But for you at home, we wanna make this really approachable. So finely ground sea salt and a flush tablespoon of salt per 2.5 pounds of meat will give you a good base of salt for your meat. So we have 5 pounds of ground meat and fat. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of finely ground sea salt. You ready? Whoop. Give it a little shaky shake. Whop. Little shaky shake. So now we are going to pestle and mortar our black pepper. Roughly teaspoon of black pepper. I like heaping because I like black pepper. Now we're gonna do a small teaspoon of fennel. Toasted, not raw. So now we are going to do a heaping teaspoon, I should say, of basil, like that, and a heaping tablespoon of oregano, sorry for all you Aussies and Brits out there, and a heaping teaspoon of chili flake. Now we take some garlic, take a cleaver, chop up some garlic. For all you dainty chefs, use your chef knife, that's fine. I like to use a cleaver. We have our spice kit jar, right, with our dry spices. I like to keep dry spices and wet spices separate, so a little glass jar here. Once again, all you people don't think you need a bench knife. No, you don't need one, but is it way easier? Yeah, so just fucking get one. Bada bing, bada boom. And now take a swig of wine. And then, ah, shit. Did you drink all the wine, James? Okay, freshly chopped garlic, some wine just to wet it up. We're doing 5 pounds of meat. So I would say somewhere in the ballpark of 250 mils or maybe, I don't know, like a cup of wine. So take a fork, have our spice kit. One of the important things is you want this all to get mixed up like so. So fork or spoon or whatever is super handy because we don't want pockets of chili flake and pockets of oregano and pockets of salt. So everything needs to get mixed, right? Give this a good sprinkle. I like to do dry ingredients, mix them in, and then we'll do wet ingredients, mix them in. There we are. So also if your hands feel like ice blocks, that's okay. Because the meat is really cold, no big deal. That's what it is, making sausage. It'll be worth it in the end. We get to eat a delicious piece of meat off the grill. that you made on your own. Because buying sausages at the store is for suckers. Don't be a sucker in life. Make your own meat. Bench knife, tidy things up a little bit, like so. And then we flatten it out into a pizza pie again, like so. And then we will take the wine and dump that into the sausage. And scoop your garlic out if any gets left over. Spread it around. And then you work the wine and the garlic into the meat, like so. Just like kneading bread, essentially. Since James drank my wine, asshole. So now we're gonna crank out some sausages and put this in the stuffer and make some links. So now we are going to set up the sausage stuffer. Get that out of the way, put the wine over here. Clamps, stuffer. I like to clamp my stuffer on opposing corners so it doesn't flex and move around. Bring the piston up. Take this guy. And then what you want to do, this is really important. We're going to get a close up of this for you. Take a ball, get it nice and smooth because we don't want air bubbles because that will translate to air bubbles in our sausage. So then we take this and then plop, pack it down flush. That is super key to efficient, good link twisting. All right, take the stuffer, put it underneath here, crank it down, and then you want to get a nice little turtle head. Does anybody know what a turtle head is?
I've had a few of those.
Yeah, so hopefully all you adults out there don't have turtle heads, but if you got kids, you know what a turtle head is. So right here, you ready? Turtle head, bloop. And then back a half a turn off on the sausage stuffer to relieve the pressure. Now, we will take casings, find the opening right here, get our bottle of wine, and we're gonna dump some wine into the casing. Good Lord. With these slippery sausage hands, I can't grip the doggone casing. Okay, I gotta get a towel. So we're using natural intestines, natural casings, i.e. pig intestine. You can see all that webby stuff in there. This intestine is crazy strong. You can kind of see the rough diameter. So we're gonna take some wine and we're gonna dump some wine right inside the casing, right there. That lubes the inside of the casing and that helps the meat move around better in the casing for making links. And once again, acid builds flavor, builds, the sausage isn't gonna go bad. We've lubed the casing with wine. And now we're gonna put it on like so. You wanna pinch out the wine so we don't waterlog or wine log the sausage. And then what this is doing, like I just said, is it's slowly just minusculely lining the pig intestine with wine. It also helps it slide on the horn a bit better on the sausage stuffer. And we're slowly building flavor. Okay, you wanna cut this off like so. Get this out of the way. Sorry for the cloudiness. You don't have to tie this off or anything. You just pinch this off really easily. And now, we're making sausage links. Get that. Pinwheel it a bit, like so. So the reason we packed the meat into the stuffer flush is so we don't have air bubbles.
All right, come on, twist my sausage.
Are we videotaping right now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're twisting. Okay. All right. Here we go. Just hold that. Come here so we can make a little itty bitty one. And see how that meat moves around like that? That's because we have wine in there that's lubricating the inside of the casing. Boop. There we are. Right there. Right there. Or we can make, and then you kind of use your fingers, feel the pressure. You can also, I'm good at this, but if meat bulges out here, You can kind of squish it over and equalize so it's a nice even diameter. Just twisting links, baby. Right there, up. This is a weak casing. Bummer. I suck. Do as I say, not as I do. So next video, we are gonna just chop some wood, build a fire, grill these over a fire, drink some wine probably. That's it. Booyah. See you next time. Hey everybody, we are going to cook the sausages that we just made over a wood fire because you probably shouldn't cook sausages over anything else if you're serious about sausages. We're outside, we're having little leaves falling on our table from the maple tree, but that's life. We've got some whiskey we're gonna drink. We've got some sausages right here, ground up meat stuffed in a pig intestine. It's delicious. And then as you can see, we got a big pile of wood back here. We gotta chop all that so we can cook more meat over a fire. So stay tuned for that. So if you remember in the video, we chopped fresh garlic, we put fresh seasoning in it, and we put wine in it. We have good meat, fat, salt ratios. That's the key to any good sausage. Without further ado, take a couple sausages and we're just gonna throw it on the fire. You want indirect heat. You don't want the flames kissing the casings too quickly or else they'll crack and burst and then you lose all your fat and seasoning and flavor. So we'll just let them kind of mildly make out with the flames, not full on tongue or anything. The fire, we started chopping wood like an hour and a half ago. Built the fire probably 40 minutes ago. You don't want a fresh fire. You want that nice bed of oak coals on the bottom with a little bit of flame. Flame kisses it, but you want that dense heat from the coals coming up. All right, this sausage is done, so we're gonna rest this off to the side right here, and then we're gonna dress some buns. Stone ground mustard, sauerkraut. If you make your own sauerkraut, you're awesome. And then we just take the sausage off the grill, plop, like that. That's all you need. We take a knife, cut it in half. Don't cut your fingers. Boop. Boop. Simple, straightforward. You can see the whole fennel seed right there, chili flake. Fennel seed, chili flake. Can't see the wine, but it's in there. Yeah, it's in my belly. Here we go. And there's the sausage we made with our hands and wine, salt, pepper, fat, acid. Oh yeah, that's not terrible. And make sure, wash it down with a proper glass of whiskey. Cheers.